It's simple, really. Great stories with a good cup of tea. It's the Tea with Mike show. On this episode of Tea with Mike, we welcomed actress Jill Robinson to the show. And we spoke about the importance of doing it right and the important role that social media has in getting out the appropriate message. Never underestimate the people around you because they can often create opportunities for you in the future. So grab a cup of tea, come learn about networking and doing it right with Jill Robinson. Cool. All right, guys, welcome to another story time with me. I'm Tea with Mike, and joining me today is Jill. Welcome to Tea with Mike, Jill.
Thank you so much, Mike. This is my first quarantine Zoom interview for myself, so I appreciate the time.
Awesome. So we're going to start by getting to know a little bit about you. So do you want to tell people all about you?
All about me, Mike. I've been watching you forever, and the reason why I wanted to be on your show was to be able to promote to all our friends. And you know what? I don't have a cup of joe. I just got some water in my canteen.
Well, water is also good for mental health and staying balanced.
We'll get into that. I do not stay balanced in any manner of anything, ever. That's just my style. But why I wanted to be on the show is to share about who I am in the sense of being an artist in Alberta. And I think anyone who's watching knows that it's not easy being an artist, especially during this hellacious time of life. And I'm hoping you, Mike, I'm hoping you're doing well and that everyone else is doing well. But yeah, I've got a few projects that I worked on before all this happened that are coming out, like February's Dog by Paul J. Chinook, with the magazine that I do as well called I'm Here With. I am going to be interviewing, drum roll, Vanessa Williams pretty soon. So,
who is Vanessa Williams for those people?
Oh, come on. You know who Vanessa Williams is. She's that beautiful black artist with very blue eyes. And she won a contest way back in the way, a beauty contest. And it was like controversial. And then she's like a swimsuit model and an actress on Ugly Betty. You know that show?
I don't.
Okay, folks. Okay, folks. Other people know who she is. In my generation, she's like a big deal.
Well, that sounds super interesting. And where will people be able to catch that, including myself?
Oh, for yourself, for sure. Maybe even Vanessa would want to do one with you. It's going to be on I'mHereWithMag.com, which is a magazine, independent magazine I created to help my network and people of CBC and a few other cool PR people I've been working with in the last few years.
Oh, awesome. So how much viewership or readership does your magazine get?
Tons. It's Canada-wide in print, which usually goes to chapters, but we're holding off on that because of all of this. The stores are closed and all the distribution company stuff is down. But hopefully as soon as this comes out of all of this, we're going to put out the next issue. But I'm actually putting out the next issue with Jordan Gooden and Serinda Swan on the covers, and it's coming out very soon online.
That's cool. So how much time do you invest into the magazine?
I think as much time as you invest in Mike's tea, I think, or Tea with Mike. I think there's always a misconception that, you know, who is this gal and what is she doing? And yeah, I'm a business sole proprietor, as you would probably be as well. And, you know, I do have other people who work for me for the magazine, who do photos, who do editing, who do video, who are contracted. So I hire a lot of people here and there as much as I can. And
it's awesome doing your bit, supporting the local economy.
Yeah, it's been hard. Yeah, I'm not working anymore. I'm just still continuing to support certain clients that I have that I do for PR that I already had going on before this happened. I'm going to keep supporting. But
Awesome.
no, the
So you have
magazine.
at least you have a little like something to stay sharp and to keep the mind like occupied because
Oh
it's really hard,
yes,
isn't it?
I'm actually still busy with what I'm doing. Like I'm doing more pro bono work right now to help out the community and help CBC and a few other people that I support. Um, but I'm not really taking on any clients anymore uh, at all. But I have so much backlog to promote, and it's my whole life to answer you the question. I spend every day, half of my day, on connecting with people online, researching the industry to know who's who in all the indie and the not. I'm getting into learning about festivals.
Awesome.
Um, just putting out the magazine is a feat in its own. You know, it's getting the ad sales, people's opinions and egos getting on you. Just there's a lot of relationship stuff that goes on, and a lot of what you go through, right? Like you kind of risk yourself coming into working with somebody, the connection, the relationship, the feeling, the longevity of it. Like there's always so much to everything we're doing. And now everything's
It's true.
transferred online. It's just
So,
like
so
now we have to learn how to do that right now to keep going and stay connected.
and I would say in some ways it's a lot harder online because you don't have the if you're meeting that person in person
Can't
you
touch
don't
you.
have that vibe. You don't
We
have
can
that
hug you.
vibe.
You know, I want to hug you. You're the sweetest guy. I've seen you since you were like in Red Deer, I think. And I think I was like looking you up because of other people, like my who was it, uh, Brandon Reines.
Rhinos? Yeah.
I worked with him on Hotbox, which is out now on Amazon Prime. I
Yes,
was
he
just
talked all about hotbox. He's so knowledgeable, isn't he? Like
He's like an awesome, cool, independent guy. Like he puts out his own
down to earth
project,
though,
makes
but very
online.
down to earth.
Yeah, down to earth. I don't think that guy cares about success in that way, except for just making a film. Like he loves what he does with writing
Yeah,
and
he
making
likes to have
films.
fun.
He's the real deal for sure in Edmonton. But I think Morgan LeBlanc, who's on one of my covers as well, and a really good friend, I think I connected with you through them. And I messaged you, and it's been like a year, and we finally,
Yeah,
because to be honest, I like to help other people more than myself because I'm not somebody that wants to do interviews. Like I did not do it myself today at all. But I like to, be very prepared, right? And sometimes you don't know what to say until something's coming out. So that I like to be able to express who I am and share what I have coming up when it's closer to, and not kind of waste it or
Oh,
whatever, like
I
give
see
it
what you
away
mean. So you,
to other people.
so you kind of give it your best shot right before you want it to release instead of, oh, coming up in 6 months' time, catch
Yeah,
me in that sort
yeah.
of style, which
I'm
works for some people.
there's a crazy backlash with media. If you've ever Googled me, or I know you've watched me on social media, I'm in the media quite a bit, in the news, in articles, but I really control my own media. I don't actually like being in the news quite a bit this past year has not been under my control, and I'm very thankful to whoever did that for me. Global City, CTV, Omni, Parker PR, all those people pushing me there. Jordan of Experimental Experience, who's like my bestie in the world and is kind of been riding my wave with me this year as my cover star and putting up with everything that I've been throwing down and all my crazy ideas. But it's been like the craziest year of my life. But this it's definitely affected my business and being able to put out the magazine. This coronavirus.
Yeah, and so also, do you think as you scale the magazine, and obviously with scaling comes more eyes watching, more people's opinion, more
It's hard.
attention? Yeah, it's a difficult thing.
Have you ever had that, where you put out content for somebody else, yourself, and then you get backlash of what people want to say behind your back or to you, or harassments of sorts, phone calls or mean messages. Like, it's a real
Yeah,
thing when you're out there. Half the
sure.
people that watch you like hate you and want to see you fail. Is how I feel.
I haven't. I'm lucky so far. I haven't yet experienced that,
Ugh,
but in the back of my mind, I'm mentally prepared that as it grows, there's always those people out there that don't have anything better to do. But I have taken public relations and crisis communications classes
oh yeah.
as part of my media and communications course that I did at Red Deer College.
Oh, okay, that's how you got into all this. That's awesome.
Yeah, this kind of was a project that stemmed from that program a little bit. Yeah.
That's cool because you like talking to people and promoting. What do you do with the people that you're promoting? Do you still keep promoting them, or is it like you're once on your show, or do you like to have people back if they had something going on in the future?
Yeah. So really, this is an interesting question, and I'm glad you brought it up because the show's only just been going like just over a year. So, so,
Yeah.
so now it's getting to the place where I can start like trying different things to see what will work and what doesn't work. So the only person that I've had on the show twice so far is Brandon, actually.
Oh, really? Yeah, he had a few different things happening this year. I'm not
So
surprised.
he came back on the show to talk about Hotbox, and obviously that was quite well received. And through that, I was able to network with other people now that I'm in Edmonton in that area and stuff. So, and then I've interviewed a few more people like since then. So yeah.
Yeah,
So
I don't know if you know, but I was a party guest within the movie.
did you enjoy the role?
Yes, I wish I would have been able to been an actor in it for sure. But Julie Whelan and Brandon, when I met them, they'd already cast everything. But they did their best to get me out there. Actually, I'm in quite a few of the scenes as just a random gal or whatever. But luckily I got to be within the media, being seen in the scenes with Lee Lopez. I think I can't remember his last name, but Lee, and he was one of the actors in it. So I was so lucky that I got seen like as an actor almost in it, and when I was just background. But it was still really fun for me. I watched it on my TV and just kind of was like, wow, like
That must be a
I
cool feeling to see yourself on TV
it's
with your
more
family.
than like it I don't do it ever for the reason of other people seeing it or what they think or what I think about it. I just love to be able to be on set with the people doing the job itself and hoping that it turns out the way they were looking for. The director, I'll always ask them, like, did you get the shot you needed? Are you sure? Do you want me to try again? Like, I'm usually my shoots are pretty quick. I'm not like a 20 million taker actor, but sometimes that you need to do that, um, different angles and everything, and get the right feeling. And there's so much to filming and being an actor. Within 7 years of doing it as much professionally as I can, I never look at myself like I've made it in any sense, but I know that I've made my name quite a bit in the Alberta scene from doing a lot of supporting for free with my magazine. And I don't regret anything, and I'm so thankful to literally all the lovers, all the haters. It's been a wild ride. There's a lot of reflecting that I'm doing,
For sure. So
being inside. Yeah.
So if you were giving a piece of advice to somebody that's like still relatively new in the industry, or even wants to get into the industry, what would that piece of advice be? I'm going to kind of guess it's going to be along the line of being really genuine and going out there and supporting everybody and what they do.
It depends on what you want to do. I think
Oh,
going to school is a big thing. I think I really wish I would have gone to school to educate myself with the wording, with, learning the technicalities. I'm like learning from life, I guess. But I would say, you know, I went to aesthetic school, which I learned about the body and makeup, which got me into doing film through somebody I met randomly. Started my life doing Go Fish, a TV show that's on Amazon Prime. But it was kind of like the thing that I look back on and think to myself, oh, I wish I would have done that, is when you get into the industry, do it right. You know, by the ways of putting your social media and making sure it's organized and purposeful posting and respectful for everyone, to a kid to Spielberg. You know, everybody's watching online now more than ever. I would also say to be kind to everyone, because you don't know where somebody's going to make it. And the people that everybody doubts the most are always the ones that make it, because that's like the underdog making it kind of story that always happens. So I always say to people, like, you're going to run into each other again. So remember that relationship. It's a long term if we're all in the same boat, to treat each other like that, but to also get your accolades and to make sure you're doing it right. You're on the right acting pages that you need. You have the right headshots. You have the right representation for you. You have, you know, you're in a city that wants to do that. Have your dreams be so high, but do it step by step and have the right people help you. And that's researching, you know, that's talking to people. But it's doing it the right way by being humble, because there's so many people like Robert De Niro and all these big actors that, you know, are still in the game, but a lot older. So I feel like now people are, you know, the population of A-list stars and actors are all getting a bit older. Now there's a new crowd that I feel that needs to make it and push. So that now is a potential. I see so many people rising and moving forward in a big way that are like becoming real stars. So I'm just always trying to push the people that are need my help to get to that level of themselves and be yourself in that pool instead of trying to be somebody else.
Also, did you always know that you wanted to go down this like path when you were in school and stuff, or was it something that kind of came more unexpectedly and then it just blossomed like by a little bit?
I blossomed, that's for sure. I was always like a really shy kid and was terrible at drama when I was young, because I was always insecure or whatever. Still getting through all that to be my best self, living my best life. But it's kind of like, oh my god, I forgot what we're saying for a sec.
So I was asking you like how you got started on this like path and journey, and then you were talking about how it's quite unexpected because of
yeah. So it was kind of like I got whisked into it by life, because I met so many people that pushed me into that path. I don't even think that I chose it. It just kind of happened because I grew up with my parents being artists. They worked at the Calgary Sun as reporters and journalists for over 25 years. My dad had a column.
So it's in the family a little bit.
Yeah, well, sort of. I'm like the worst at it, and even still, my parents think it's like fake media. But it's just like, you know, I didn't have the money to go to journalism school, and it seemed like a dying industry at the time. But I just started doing it. I started a website. I started a blog. I just started talking to people. I really had the people who needed me around me because I talk a lot and all that stuff. So I would just be shameless in posting, and I wouldn't care about not, you know, getting the word out. So I was just really good at helping others. So it just started doing PR because of that, and it amalgamated into putting it into a magazine because I had too many people at once that I was helping a lot for free. A lot. There's pretty much my last few years have been the only years I'm really making money at this. It's been like a long venture to make it a business. I've spent more than
But that's how
heard.
most things
Sure.
start, right? You have to
Yeah.
foundation before you can reap the rewards. A great example of that is what I'm doing.
Yeah, so to enjoy the journey a bit more, like enjoy having to do the paperwork that's going to, do this for you, like pre-planning and having a really good goal set in your mind, even if you don't achieve it, because when you have something to look forward to, it makes all the world of a difference. Like while we're sitting here in quarantine, I don't feel like I'm on vacation and I'm just having fun. There's people dying out there. I want to do my part with supporting. Like I haven't talked too much about COVID in the magazine itself. I do support CBC and work with them, and they've sent me quite a few things on it, but I haven't put out too much because I want to be a source of news that's for our network and for fun and profiles. Like it's kind of heavy profiles on who people are to help them move forward within getting other media. I'm a very good
Yes.
first stop. You want to make it like big to get seen by everybody. It's a good, sometimes one media source can change everything for you where they go, wow, well, there's something now. And it's
Yeah, in
just,
terms of distribution and that sort of thing. Yeah, I think it's.
yeah.
I think this pandemic is really interesting. Obviously, it's very unfortunate all these people dying, and obviously, the health aspect and the strain it has like on the economy and stuff. But there are
All
some
that, yeah.
good things that can come out of it. So, right now is definitely the time when because you've got in the algorithms, you've got all these people talking about COVID-19. Obviously, it's a negative topic, so negative, negative, negative. So, and then there's this missing spot for people that are being positive and not downplaying COVID-19, but
Yeah, it's just kind of like,
just bringing something different to the mix. That's how I would describe it.
I just feel like I don't know enough about it to want to promote it or talk about it too much, because I feel like if I don't say something right, then people are going to be like against some things that I say or my ideas. So I haven't said too much because many of us now are in the homes and having to, and hoping that the government helps us or whatever, financially, which they are. So thank God, hopefully everybody is. But it's kind of like, this is the time for us to be authentic and share what we are. And I don't share my personal life ever, because that's off limits to media and people, because they just like to get in there, like I'm media, right? But sometimes I'm against media, worrying that my privacy is going to be broken, because that's really all you have in the end. But I couldn't be happier with the moving forward, and that the projects I'm in are moving forward and getting out there. Moments in Space Time by Patty Cowden and Chris Cowden is going to be amazing. Trust you that. You'll see that on my social media, Jill Maria. And February's Dog is about mental health awareness, which is like,
which is
right
another
on.
very important topic right now, especially. Always an important topic, but extra emphasis at this time.
I know, and Paul Chinook made it not too long ago in the summer or whatnot. He'd been working on it here and there with LNC, and Gordy Day of the Day family of Pyramid Productions is the editor, and just put out the trailer, which is on the website of February's Dog. And I hope I could get you to interview Paul, because he's got a lot to talk about, his own mental health journey and why he made it for people in the oil industry who are struggling, and the workers.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty on point with how people are feeling. I saw the other day, unfortunately, that a guy in New York killed himself, a young man. So when I saw that, I thought, oh, you guys, it's happening where people are really affected. We have to like watch out for each other, talk to each other, be there for each other, because
trying to stay positive.
Being isolated and having no one to talk to sometimes can really revert people to drugs and alcohol. Unfortunately, I'm seeing way too much of that online. People are posting openly drinking and being drunk and doing hard drugs, and I'm just disappointed in people in the sense of that we're not on vacation. We are in a pandemic, and we need to make sure we're planned, our houses are clean, we're sanitized, our health is in order, our taxes are in order. People should be getting
Done my
things they can
taxes.
do in order. I know, and I'm relaxing and watching a lot of shows, but that's what I do is my job is I research every show I watch. I have to make sure I'm on top of it a lot.
So it's a win-win.
It's a win-win, but it's like been my life how it's been for so long, has been living inside doing the work, connecting with people, and then going home and doing the story right away. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that everyone is safe and happy and can check out, more shows online from Canadians that made it, indie people who are making it. I hope people check out Hotbox and
I
there's
think
other projects I'm a part of, but
Nice. I
Assassin's
think
League as well.
I think that's what's hopefully gonna come out of all this. Hopefully, it'll re-emphasize the importance of supporting people in the local community on all different levels, projects, businesses, etc.,
Inspire them.
etc.
I think by us doing what we do inspire. People who say I want to inspire, they can just do it instead of saying it. Saying it is good for the public to know what what you want to put out there to the world. But I think I get inspired literally when I'm searching social media or talking to people, and get motivated to be a part of something. Like there's this new festival on Film Freeway called QIFF with Sandy Summers, Yvonne
Okay.
Chapman, Matthew, and they run it, and they put up a new festival to keep people going to shoot things in their home or previously shot. And
Oh yeah.
I entered that recently, and that honestly revived me. I know how
Awesome.
silly that sounds, but it did. I was like, my friend Jordan Gooden was so happy too. He created and shot and did everything for it. I'm acting in it. And just by doing that, I don't care who sees it. I don't care if it makes me money ever. I don't care. I'm just was loving that we got to do it and put it
And
out.
you're keeping the creativity alive and
The juices and wanting to do it. I had a great chat
keeping
with
the
him today.
mind sharp. That's one of the biggest challenges, isn't it?
Yes, because people feel like if we take off, say, 4 months of our life, what's going to happen after the 4 months, you guys? Let's not be getting into the mindset. Let's be prepared when it's done and the film industry opens and work opens again, that we're all ready. And like you said, your mind is still sharp and wants to and is motivated to work.
Because if let's just take the example, if you say you've shot a film and you're waiting to release it even until after the pandemic, and you want to host it as a big event for people to attend, there's a lot of work that goes into just planning an event, and that's just like one example, right? Just off the top of my head.
I have done that a few times in my day, put on events for films. My last one I did was for Brett Wilson. Or not Wilson, Bret Hart. Sorry, Bret Hart. Love you, Bret. And we did, he was on my cover the last year with Lesia T. Bear on the other side, who's an Indigenous Cree actress, makeup artist, and actor.
Awesome.
Yeah, and yes, it was a lot of work, I'll tell you that, but it was too fun. So now what are we going to do with all of this happening? Are there going to even be able to be this kind of gatherings anymore? Or will it have to be really small? Like everything will be exclusive when everything's back to normal, or what?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I was actually talking about this on an Instagram live with Carly Millennius. She's like a projectionist and artist in Edmonton, Alberta. She has her own like media production company and then does a lot of video work and stuff. So we were talking about how we think that the official capacities of events, at least for a good period of time, is going to be a lot smaller, and it's going to put a heavier emphasis on videos. It's the Tea with Mike show.